here today shooting episode 3 of video Geotalk. We're currently descending what's called the Golden Staircase in the Upper Blue Mountains, and we're heading towards a very unique location, a cache called Daylight, which is inside a mine tunnel at the base of what's called Narranecker Plateau near Katoomba. And as you can see, the scenery up here at this time of the morning, it hasn't even hit 8 o'clock yet, we're very close to it, is just spectacular. So we're about a quarter of the way down the stairs and we've got a bit of a ways to go yet, so we might head off and tackle Daylight.
Well, here on the ground what we've got is some scratchings from a bird that's found throughout this national park. In fact, a lot of parts of Australia, in southeastern Australia, it's called the lyrebird. Now the lyrebird is kind of like a drab version of a peacock. It has a huge plumage of feathers that are on the back of the male, and they look a bit like a harp or a lyre. They're fairly shy bird normally, but we found a number of them on the walk in this morning that were scratching around, digging for worms and insects that they obviously eat. And one of the interesting things about the lyrebird is it's very good at mimicking different sounds. Not only just bird sounds or animal sounds, but sometimes have been known to mimic mobile phones, the sound of people whistling, even a car or a chainsaw starting. So if you're ever in this part of the country, in the southeast corner, keep your eyes open for the lyrebird.
In the last episode, you may have remembered that we talked about when we were going out to Mount Solitary, we were walking along the remains of the old rail bed of where they used to cart the coal on small carts with horses. And what we have here is actually part of the exposed rail line along here, and we've also got part of the old rail bed here. Now at this point here we're very close to where Daylight is, and according to history it wasn't far from here that they changed over from being horse-drawn carts to being cable-drawn. So just behind us here now, this is by far the easiest way of finding your way to Daylight, is to find the orange streak of mud that comes out of Daylight. Well, here we are at the entrance to Daylight. As you can see, it's wet, it's muddy. We don't care, we're going to go and find a cache. So off we go. Did you bring your floaties? Yeah. Going to need them. We're probably only 20 metres or 30 metres inside Daylight, and we're at the section of the tunnel where the water's full of nice deep mud, and as you can see the tunnel's quite low. They used to use this tunnel to carry coal skips again with the small pit ponies from the other side of Narraneck all the way through to this side to pick up the cable cars that then took it round to where the now scenic rollway is, and then it was then winched out of the valley and of course then taken up to the railway station at Katoomba there. Just to show you how impressive this tunnel is, I mean, at this particular section here it is starting to cave in quite a bit, as you can see by down the sides here, and sorry, the camera's having a lot of trouble focusing in here. In this particular section you can still see there's a flat roof or a square roof, and the section of the tunnel we went through at the very beginning was almost perfectly square, or rectangular I should say, but the further you get in the more that's actually come down. But it's just one of those unique locations I just love to come back to.
70, 71, 72.
G'day Wingnut.
G'day.
What are you up to?
We're trying to find a cache in here. It's a bit messy so far, but we're having a good time.
You like the location?
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. It really is. Apart from the mud and the freezing cold water, I think I've had a great time.
What were you doing when you were coming along here? I heard you counting.
Yeah, we've got to count paces to get to the cache location because the old GPS doesn't work very well in the tunnel.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
So what number were you up to?
Oh,
Oh, you again, could you?
Looks like they're going back for another swim. Hope you bought your floaties, boys. I had to just show you what the mud looks like that or walking through, and it's like this a lot of the way through, so it's all good fun. And the tunnel roof is only, well, about 3 feet high, and she's pretty hard going. Well, after a hell of a crawl through the mud and the water and having sore knees and sore backs, our tired adventurers found an ammo box. And just take a look at Spin Doc Bob. I mean, look at him. This guy has been working hard. And he may end up getting bloody kicked out of house and home if he goes home looking like that. I'm sure of that. What do you got to say for yourself, Darren?
Oh, look, couldn't have done it without the inspirational support of Wingnut and Web Guy Junior, and of course your helping hand in the end. So, all I need now is a stretcher. Can you call the ambulance?
No, I bought the floaties.
Alright, well, that brings us to the end of this cache. Hope you enjoyed it, because I don't know if I did. I was still going to think about this one.
Well, basically, if you get to see this, you'll know that we got out alive, so let's just hope.